Hello everyone, welcome back. This is LV Prasad. This is the continuation to our previous discussion, which is about working with Cucumber hooks. So previously we have seen the introduction part and how can we make use of the scenario hooks, conditional hooks, and step hooks in our automation framework, right? Today we'll see how can we keep these hooks at a centralized location in our framework, and how the framework will identify if you keep it in a centralized location is what we'll see today. Okay, so previously what we have done is in our previous discussions, so we created the hooks in a step definition class, where my step definition is responsible to input the user data in the application, right? So that for that we used the hooks, and that means the launch of the browser, the launch of the browser, the navigation of the URL, and maximizing the browser, we handled in the hooks. And also in the after step, we also handled the cleaning of the objects which we created as part of the steps, right? This everything we written in a step definition class. So for demo purpose, we have only one step definition, so it's okay to create the hooks in a one single step definition. But if you consider the real-time automation project, where we will be having many scenarios, many feature files, and many step definition files, right? So it doesn't make sense to keep these hooks in a one step definition file, right? So that is the reason what I recommend is you know um, take out this hook stuff and create a class here saying cucumber hooks, then put everything in this file. Okay, so now it is centralized. Okay, let's initialize the browser, driver equal to null eventual, import everything, done. So now the browser object is in cucumber hooks, but in this station we are still using the driver thing, right? So let's make it as a, okay, let's create a object. So let's create a method here which can return the driver object. Okay, public static web driver, I say driver, and this should return me the driver, right? The driver variable. So we are using a non-static variable in a static method. So make it as a static, and in this call that method which is returning the driver object. Okay. So what we did, we removed the hooks from the registration steps, and we put that in a centralized class file which is under the step definition, and let's execute it. Okay, so it's executing, right? It's launching the browser. It's launching the browser and closed it. So now, even though we handle the hooks in a class file, specific class file, the execution, the framework is able to identify the hooks which are available in the step destination, and it's able to execute it, right? Okay, once again, so it is able to execute it, right? So now we will see, but now see, previously what we said is the hooks we created in a step definition, it doesn't make it doesn't look good. So we what we did is we created in a class file and put that every hooks in a class file. Okay, but now this definition, the package name is step definitions. Keeping these hooks in a step definition still doesn't sounds good, right? So let's move it to the utilities package. Okay, so utility package is something every the usable component is available under the utility. So that is the definition of the utility components, right? So now we put that in a centralized utility component. Let's execute and see how it works. Now it should give error because Cucumber won't be able to, so it is giving a null point for the line number 30. So here it is a driver object. So it is not able to find the driver object. So that is the reason it is, giving error. So why it is not able to find the driver object, which is driver object is available under the Cucumber hooks? The only difference what we made from the previous to now is previously this hooks is under the step definition. Now the hooks we moved it to a different package called utilities. But I mean, just the package doesn't changing the package how it is failing. Let's understand. See, the whole execution in Cucumber, the whole execution is controlled by the glue code that we know, right? See, glue code is the one which will tell to the framework where the feature files are available, where the step definition is available, and what could be the output desired output what we are expecting. That is what we provided in the glue code, right? So here, previously when the Cucumber hooks is available under step definition package, it worked, and the same step definition package we created in the glue code, right? We provided it in the glue code. Now when we move that Cucumber hooks to the utility component, utility package, which is not referenced anywhere in the glue code, that is the reason it is failing. So now just provide these utilities. Okay, what I'm doing is rename, no, save it. Okay, so I wanted to provide this utility name in this glue code. Okay, so when we start the execution, Cucumber options, now it will able to read all the files in this package, and also it will read all the files in the all the files in sense all the annotations provided in this package, and also all the annotations from the utility package class files. Right now, execute and see. It should execute because the glue code will be able to identify the annotations which are available under the utility Cucumber hooks class. Right. So now it is launching the browser. Right. So this is how we can make the hooks as a centralized framework level, so that it will be at one place, easy to locate, easy to modify any changes required. Right. So I hope it's clear. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time.